So, good evening folks, and welcome back to another video. In this video we're going to do with a new smartphone, new camera, and of course new recording, a new overview of Sparks and the Fallen Star by Lyndon and Globalcomix. So for those of you who don't know how to do these types of videos, pretty quick, you should go to, let's say, an indie comic from, let's say, the States, Europe, the Isle, United Kingdom, Scotland, or let's say the States or European country, or a manga from Japan or other countries. And yeah, in the case of Tales from the Past, we usually go from let's say 60s all the way to 2011. In the case of an indie comic overview or view, you go from 2011 till present day. And this one was released in 2022, if my notes are correct. And yeah, and what we're basically going to do is we go to who the team is, who did the writing and the art. It's easy because it's one person. The editor is also one person. Synopsis. In the case of a full-on review, we usually also give a quick breakdown. And yeah, but in this case it would take way too long because it's 100 pages. And of course the good, bad and the ugly, after which we follow with a final verdict that goes from, let's say, 10 out of 100, that's 10 out of 10, till 100 out of 100, that's 10 out of 10. And of course, there might be some things that you might disagree with me about. If that's the case, no problem, totally fine. Let's try to keep it civil, you know. My goal of these types of videos is trying to bring back, let's say, the Captain Fruals and the Howler Mouse called the old school days. I've heard called the days before the internet, where we could just discuss whether the comic is good or not, which character could be who, if there's a good balance between writing and art, panel to page ratio. Those are the discussions that I want to have. And yeah, that's not all. I'll also be using Goodreads to give the opinions of other people that might be positive and negative. And of course I'll show the reviews on the back cover. And we made some notes, just one page this time, because I do it a little bit old school. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So yeah. Sparks and the Fallen Star was originally released in 2022 by Globalcomix, and was originally, as you can see here, the art's a little dark. It's written and drawn by Lyndon, and of course the story and art. The editor is Simon Burks, who's also running the Globalcomix publisher, and yeah, still note 2016 here. What's all about? We can look on the back cover for a moment. It's the stars are going out, the night never ends, and Sparks, who's a brave little robot over here, sets out to discover the reason why the stars go out with the help of his other friend over here, who has a secret of his own. And yeah, of course, right now we're going to the good, bad and ugly, which is yeah. We start with the cover, and yeah, the cover is yeah, really sets the tone. There's the light and the dark, and yeah, of course, there's a decent enough balance between writing and art. It's unusual, with some unusual friends. It's a different take on the visual medium, in the sense that it's written in the third person perspective, and there's not a lot of dialogue or let's say sound effects in it, as you can see here on the opening page over here, and over here, and here, because yeah, that also makes it, it's written in third person perspective, so it's not for everyone. And the muddy art style at times makes it difficult to relate to certain characters, to the two main characters, and luckily there are two. So that's one thing. Now we go to the final verdict, and that is, we can go to the reviews first. It's a perfect kind of contemplative experience I could see sharing with my son before bedtime. Fan-based press. I absolutely agree with that. It's perfect for people with families, a child. Simple and powerful telling of what it means to battle the dark, and what it means when the universe starts to shrink and all the stars go out in the galaxy. But that's a story for another video, for another time. Glorious work from Lyndon as he blends adventure, heartache, and humor across the whole story. Absolutely true. Comics Anonymous, but also take a Goodreads review with me, and that's the key problem here is that aesthetically I find the art kind of muddy and hard to engage with, and that sort of extends to how the story is told. By doing it in third person rather than using dialogue or more clearly drawn sequential art, it feels a bit like someone a bit portentous, I hope I spelled the word correctly, telling you a story, but one where you don't really understand any of the protagonists or their motivation. It's all a bit too remote and distant to really appreciate, I'm afraid. There's love, skill, and love in this, but it's also just a form of storytelling that doesn't work for me in the slightest, and that's fine. It's a type of storytelling that I kind of experimented with as well in the second chapter of my webcomic. And it's not for everyone, especially not when you're used to American cape slop. But it's also a little bit it walks the thin line between, let's say, graphic novel for all ages and bedtime story. But yeah, there's enough influence in it, like, let's say, Machinarium. And some things from ITTO that you also see in here. So therefore, I personally like it, but I understand it's not for everyone. So the final verdict is 73 out of 100 is in place. Still a good job. You could see there's a lot of passion in it. The muddy art style is, it's not for everyone. The writing is also not for everyone, but it's something that you could read together with your son or daughter before he or she falls asleep. And that's all I have to say for this video. We're almost at 8 minutes, and I'll leave it right there. So good job, Lyndon White. And Yasmina say.